How I have a spider raising 5 dogs and 1 cat on a teeny part-time salary. Hi everyone, I am Zoom and I'm 30 years old. I live alone in a small rented house. I only have a part-time job, so my income is not very high. Life can be difficult at times, and there are days when making ends meet is really challenging. But in that little home, I have never truly feel alone because I am always surrounded by my 5 dogs and 1 cat. To be able to care for them, I learned how to live as frugally as possible. Every dollar I earn is carefully budgeted. Enough to pay the rent, enough to buy food for my dogs and cats, and enough to make sure they can live healthy, happily. They may not have a most luxurious life, but I always do my best to give them the love. I know there are many of you who love dogs and cats too, and everyone has their own way of taking care of them. I am very happy to share with you how much it costs to me take care of my 5 dogs and 1 cat. First, I will talk about the cost of food. My dog and cat have 2 main meals a day, and sometimes they have an extra meal or snack. I usually go to the market every day to buy food for them, so I can make sure their meals are always fresh and nutritious.
Chị ơi, cho em muốn mua 30.000 tiền gan.
I usually buy pork liver or chicken for them to eat.
Vâng, hết chỗ đấy ạ. Gan tươi mới à?
Gan tươi mới.
Vâng.
Em có lấy thêm gì cho chị nữa không?
Thôi, thế cũng được rồi ạ. Vâng.
Sometimes they also receive a little gift from people who love them. I will use such money to buy some extra cheese for them. I buy dry food for the dog and creamy cheese for the cat. In total, I spend around $60 a month on food for them. For us mean there is about 7 handfuls of rice, which is around 200 grams. There is to mean a day using about 500 grams of rice in total. The rice costs 80 cents per kilogram. There is about 15 kilograms of rice a month, which costs around $12. So the total cost of food and rice for them is around $72 per month. While waiting for the rice to cook, I will introduce my dog and cat to you again, so you can get to know them better. This is my husky. I'm not sure how many months old is it. I rescued her after she was hit by a car at the foot on the mountain where I live. This is Tiểu Bạch. She wandered into my old render house and ended up staying with me.
This is my Mister. Mister is a female. I take care you when she is 1 month old. Now Mister so very big. This is my fat thigh. Okay. Fat thigh. Fat thigh is so funny. Fat thigh đây. Fat thigh female. This is map. She is Peter daughter. Now she 5 months. So funny. Con chẳng yêu nào. Chinh chinh chinh.
Sitting now, he got lost when he was very young, and I brought him home and took care of him. Fat Thigh is very friendly. He always wants to be held. He loves making eye contact with me. It always feels like he's trying to tell me something. The gray dog belongs to my label. Now I'd like to tell you about the healthcare cost for dogs and cats. Because my financial situation is still difficult, I often go online to learn how to take better care of my dogs and cats. From grooming and basic healthcare to common illnesses, I try to learn as much as I can so that I can take care of them myself when necessary. This helps me save money while also allowing me to take better care of them. Ngao has an injury on the top of her head. I treated her wounds and now she has fully recovered.
Yeah,
When Husky has touched Ngao and Fatai were being attacked, she struggled to break free and ran over to try to help them. Husky is very brave and always protects the ones she loves. Every day, I have to clean the discharge from my cat's eye to keep them from getting shocked and irritated. Sit in my dog and cat's medical kit. Because I don't have enough money yet, I have only been able to vaccinate my youngest dog. Once I have a stable job, I will make sure the rest of my dog and cats are fully vaccinated. I always remind myself to keep working hard for better future for myself and for my dog and cats. There are also antiseptic, bandages, and many other medical supplies. So I spend about $10 a month on medicine. Besides, many of the medical supplies can be used multiple times, and my dog and cats don't get sick very much. So, the cost of medicine and medical supply is very high. Next, I will talk about the cost of grooming, hygiene, and playtime for my dog and cat. My dog and cats are free to move around the house, so I don't need to spend money on cage or kennel. That's why I always look for rent to home with a spacious yard, so my dog and cats can have the best possible living environment. When it comes to hygiene, I don't have to spend money on cats little. They go to the field to relieve themselves. In the morning and in the next afternoon, I usually take them to the field to play and release themselves. They are very happy to go outside and play. Whenever they come back thirsty after playing outside, I pat them myself. I often collect her ponies and use them to pat my dog and cats. We help keep their food soft and may reduce shedding. The herbally grow laterally in the wild, so they don't cost me anything. In summary, you can see that taking care of my dog and cats doesn't cost as much as you might think. Do you have any dogs or cats? How much do you spend on taking care of your dog and cats? Could you share it with me? I'd love to learn more from everyone and hear about your experience caring for dogs and cats.
Wow. Chi chi.